This is another hood classic.
Coach, what's next for me, Joe? I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the is it? They should have had them two bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, I can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switch Next up, whose man's high? Through it all, I stay the same. I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right. I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life. I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose, and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen them down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a meal, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Come down and I'll meet them at a gate. Got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go.
Sorry about that, guys. Mrs. Candle's trying to get spooky on the charts. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as you guys can see, Mrs. Candles did dress up, but I'm dressed up as Frankie Candles. But welcome in, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time here. And Bitcoin is getting a gigantic dump to the downside. And if you guys were tuned into the live stream last night, we were looking for this dump, guys. We saw those signals on the chart. We saw that money flow coming out on some key time frames. We saw those red dots popping up, and we finally got that drop to the downside. And not only did we get the drop, guys, but we are once again sitting at the key level that we were looking at. Are we going to get the bounce from here, or are we looking for more downside? If you guys caught my market update earlier, you will kind of know partially kind of what I'm looking for here moving forward. But here we are, guys. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The past bunch of streams have been some pretty fortune teller spooky, if you will, with these predictions here as we get the drop to the downside again to another key level. We look for the push up above the value area high into our resistance level. Then we look for the pullback. What is going on, guys? Should we be scared? Should you guys be I don't know, panic eating your Halloween candy? I don't know. Happy Halloween to everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Go ahead and smash that like button if you have not already. Every 100 likes we get gets you guys closer to some crypto that we're going to be giving away on tomorrow's live stream. We hit our like goal last night's stream. If we get over 1,000 likes, I don't care if it's 1,001, 1,002, or 1,500, over 1,000 likes on tonight's live stream, we will be giving away some more Solana. We got a lot of Solana to give away tomorrow, as well as some Cardano. Maybe we'll add some Frankie Candles hats. I don't know. Smash that like button, guys. We're going to talk about the Bitcoin dump, what we saw on the charts that helped us predict it, and where we think price is going to be going next. We're hitting a key level of support. Are we going to hold it? What happens if we break through? We're going to cover all the scenarios, and we're going to prepare you guys. And hopefully tomorrow's live stream, we can tune in and be like, hey, we're back at another key level that we were looking at last night. So shout out to everybody in here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Shout out to Maso. What is going on? Let's see. He said, we early already. Let me see. Always love from Italy. Always here to hear the GOAT. Shout out to the GOATs out there. Shout out to you, bro. Tuning in from the motherland. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Italy. Let's see. We got Lars in the chat. What is going on, man? We got Jay Violet tuning in. Jay Violet, good to see you. Leon in the chat. The Bitcoin realist. Hey, Bitcoin realist. Were you realistically looking for this pullback? Guys, should you be scared? I know this is scary. I know this is scary for a lot of people. But I'm going to break down the key levels. We're going to talk about, how dangerous this move could be. There is a potential for more downside. I'm going to show you guys exactly why. Now, obviously, we are not panic shorting the bottom here. But shout out to the premium Discord because we did have that short set up from the tippy top here right as we were tapping that key level. But yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to Lars. Justin in the chat said, what's going on, Frankie? Justin, good to see you, bro. We got Jenny Swanson says, scary Halloween pullback. Yeah, the 4th of July, Halloween. Typically, we get big moves on holidays, apparently. Fireworks on 4th of July. Got a lot of blood on Halloween. I don't know, guys, but what is going on? Let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. I'm going to break everything down for you, and hopefully we'll ease the fear here on Halloween. Yeah, hopefully. Nice call, bro. Shout out to Nirvana. Yeah, shout out to Andy. Let me drop a sauce can emoji, or if you have a Frankie Candles membership, guys, drop that Bitcoin jack-o'-lantern that I guess Tony D just made. Spam that Bitcoin jack-o'-lantern if you have a membership. If not, drop those candles in the chat because it's a spooky stream. And if you guys were in the live stream last night, drop those emojis because this dump would not have been a surprise for you. So let's go ahead and jump on in and see what we're looking at. So here we are. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Evan says bing bong. Bing bong. Shout out to you, bro. Still using last night's coffee mustache, I see. Shout out to Skywalker. This is, guys, I know it's not much, guys. This is not coffee. Oh, actually, yeah. Look at this foam, guys. The foam in this coffee is insane. Oh, my God, so hot. There's those Bitcoin jack-o'-lanterns. Let's get it. And shout out to Local 11 for the super chat. Said, can you please convince Smith MP5 to use stop losses and good risk management? Well, shout out to Local 11. Smith MP5, please, for the love of God, use stop losses, bro. Protect yourself out there because you never know when the market makers are going to come try to ruin your day. They do it very often. But let's go ahead and jump on in here, guys. Obviously, we are going to... potentially be expecting more downside. Now, I don't want to be all doom and gloom. Look at those Bitcoin jack-o'-lanterns emojis. Shout out to Nick. Tyler Durden says stop loss. Who uses a stop loss? But yeah, let's see. Shout out to Mr. T Crypto. But yeah, we're going to be looking for this move to the downside, guys. And not only yesterday, let's take a look at what we were looking at yesterday to potentially call this move to the downside. Let's be real, right? We were looking, especially in the premium Discord, not only did we have the short setup from the top here. Let me see if I can pull this up. Bada boom here, right? Not only were we looking for the short setup from the top before price even got into the level, guys. We looked for that scalp long below the value area low, and then we got to move up into that POC, flip that POC to support, got that move into the value area high for that nice little scalp long position, and then we had the short setup here from the actual top, and then nice little move to the downside overnight. Absolutely beautiful. And now we have even come down full. That final TP has been hit, and we are now sitting in that next level of support that we were looking at yesterday. Now, although we did not get the short setup yesterday, we were talking about this key level of resistance, and it all has to do with the value area or volume profiles in general, right? Not just the value area high. But simply put, guys, we got this massive move to the upside, and we knew, even on the higher time frames, even before we got up here, guys, we were saying, right, once we get into this level, break above the value area high, we have to be careful because we have a lot of short liquidation sitting up here, which could potentially give us an explosive move to the upside, right? But not only that explosive move to the upside, but also a potential big dump back to the downside. Now, I'm not necessarily saying we're going to zero, right? We're going to talk about the lower prices in a second. Shout out to anybody who saw the market update. But we knew those short liquidations were going to give us a quick pump to the upside based off those actual stop losses getting hit, right? When you get stopped out of a short position or liquidated out of a short position, it becomes a market buy or creates a market buy, adding that buy pressure, giving you that big push up. But, even before we wound up coming up and approaching here, we were going to have to reassess the situation, and we even said it. If we're going to see those bearish signs, we are going to be looking for the pullback here, and that's what we were looking at last night, and here we are back in our key level of support. We were looking for price to come back down. Now, why were we looking at this area? Very simply put, it is our macro value area high, right? That we just traded around in for 7 months, right? We get the breakout, and that value area high now becomes very important support because if we're going to get a bounce here, we're going to want to have to take off from here to then go ahead and break into all-time highs. Now, am I expecting this? As you guys know, we have to reassess the situation as new information comes in, right? We're not just going to, obviously, if we came up here and things looked bullish, we were not going to look for the short position. But we saw that we had the higher time frame red dots looking to print, the 12-hour, the 16-hour, right? This is what this is the 12-hour. This is the 16-hour. That's what we were looking at, right? Red dots, not only that, but we had specifically the 45-minute money flow crossover into the red. And this was going to be the thing that we were talking about last night, saying, hey, if we get that money flow crossover into the red while we're getting those red and green, red dots on the 12 and 16-hour, that money flow crossover into the red on the 45-minute may be the thing to give us the drop down. And then where are we going to be looking? Right into our next key level of support, where we have the previous value area high, the golden pocket, and a 786 Fibonacci retracement. And we are currently getting a bounce, technically from the anchored VWAP, but, kind of, respecting that golden pocket just a little bit. If we can get back above here, maybe we can get a little bit of relief. But to be quite honest with you guys, I am still going to be anticipating some more potential downside, although short-term we may be able to see a little bit more of relief, right? If we do get a bounce here, we have to look at the money flow. Just like the money flow indicates the longer-term trend, as always. That's why we anticipated the drop down off the 45-minute money flow. You get the red dots on the high time frames, and then the money flow crosses over, making it look like we could get that trend to the downside if this trend continues. What I want to look at is the 1 hour. This 1 hour money flow, and the reason why I think even if we bounce here, right, we could potentially put in the lower high and continue back down to lower prices. One of the reasons I think that, right, is based off this fresh money flow crossover into the red. This is just getting started, right? Now, on top of that, if we come on over to the 90-minute, the 90-minute money flow is also starting to trend to the downside. This would make us anticipate a downtrend, right? So even if we get a little relief, I'm going to be very careful on those retracements to the upside to look for the lower highs and the continuations down. And again, I'm going to talk about the key levels in just a minute. But that is going to be what I'm expecting as long as this money flow continues out. Now, maybe we fake out. Sure. Maybe we're going to be in a long position in the premium Discord. Who knows, right? I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I'll talk about it in a minute. I don't want anybody trying to think that he can just FOMO trade, FOMO copy trade or anything like that. But Again, short-term retracement, not going to be impossible in my opinion, right? We have the 30-minute bullish divergence. We're also seeing the 80-minute green dot. We also have some of these lower time frame money flows looking to come into the green, right? So short-term, maybe we can get a little retracement, but I am definitely going to be careful based off of this 90-minute money flow. Not only that, right? This starts to cross over into the red. We also have the daily red dot looking to print. This may be able to give us a bigger move. When we look at that daily red dot and we see that 90-minute money flow crossing over into the red, this is the same thing. It's the same exact strategy, or the same, I guess, I don't know if you would call it a strategy, but the same theory as seeing the 16-hour, or I'm sorry, the 12-hour red dot with the 45-minute money flow. You print the red dot on the higher time frame. You go down to the 45-minute. When you see that money flow crossover, oftentimes that's where the bigger move down happens. Now, if you get the red dot, and as we're printing the red dot, that money flow on the 90-minute crosses into the red, that 90-minute money flow crossover, I'm just saying, it's been like 7 times, something like that we've seen these things play out for major moves, right? Not only major moves down, but also major moves up. We were looking at this down at 54K, right? When everything was getting scary, we saw a green dot with the 90-minute money flow crossover, 54K. We get the 90-minute money flow crossover into the green. It starts the bigger trend to the upside. So again, I'm not necessarily calling for Bitcoin to go to zero just yet, right? But I will be looking for lower highs on the way out, or on the way up, right? We're going to be trading this, right? We longed it on the way up, right? I got stopped out of my long in profit, but we catch the long on the way up. You get the short on the way down. We are going to play this, right, in the Discord, getting the trades up and down while also trying to hold for the bigger moves, right? So as of right now, this is our key support. It is sitting at $70,371 to $69,415. This is the key level. If we start losing this 786, this could be the doorway to lower prices for Bitcoin, where we could potentially be looking towards about 66.9. And I'm going to talk about why I'm looking down there in general. Does that make sense? I want everybody to make sure. I want to make sure that everybody understands what we're looking at, right? Now, again, although we've been very, very accurate lately, it does not mean that what I say is 100% going to play out, right? We get new information every second on the chart, right? As soon as it changes, like I said, if we got up here and we were not getting any bearish confirmations here, I would not have looked for the short, right? It's an if this, then that statement. If it looked like we were going to launch up here, we would have just held that scalp long to the upside. But based off of the Fibonacci retracements, we knew that this golden pocket, just like, recently, guys, the past, few big moves that we've seen, we've looked at the golden pocket retracements, looking for those rejections, and they've been absolutely slapping recently. But we knew that this was going to be a high likelihood area to get that retracement, right? Or not retracement, but get the pullback, right? And we talked about, again, I don't give the direct trade setups here, but I do in the premium Discord. But we did talk about this level, and I do talk about how it's likely to get a rejection there. But it's just not that easy, right? You can't just come on a live stream, find a key level, and then just short that key level. Because if you get up there and it looks bullish, right, you need to know what makes it look like it's going to reject. If you don't think it's going to reject, then you're just going to hold on for the long position, right? We are traders, or at least I'm a trader, and I know the CandleMafia is traders as well. Let's see. Buy high and sell low never fails. Shout out to Wrecked Mode. Shout out to Wrecked Mode. Hey, if you invert the chart, it could work out. That could work out if you invert the chart. But yeah, shout out to Daniel Wright said, got it, good sir. Shout out to Wick589 and Wick's wife, Fine89. Yeah, 69K is key. Shout out to Burger Chase. But yeah, that is what we were looking at, guys. And the reason I go over this every time, I like to go over what we were looking at to anticipate these moves, to help educate you guys and show you how we do this analysis and how often it winds up playing out and what you can look at to anticipate these moves down. And hopefully, time after time, as you tune into these live streams, you start to absorb this information and then start to apply it on the charts to see if you could predict these moves before they happen, just like we do in the Discord. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Waste Wife 589 said, Captain Kirk, happy Halloween. I thought she was going to say happy birthday. But yeah, we're going to talk about these lower prices, guys. Let's go ahead and check it out, right? So if, right, again, maybe we get the short-term cool off, right? But it's really like a cool up, right? Like a heat up, right? We get a little bounce here. Potentially, I will talk about local levels of resistance. I talked about them in the market update earlier. But if we break down, let's talk about the bearish case real quick. If we continue down, where can things go? How bearish does it look? And again, I do just want to really harp on this, right? 1 hour, 2 hour money flow starting to come out. As these medium hourly time frame money flows come out with these higher time frame red dots, such as the daily, we could easily see more downside. Doesn't guarantee it, but again, we'll be playing it either way. Now, if we do wind up coming down here just a little bit more, start losing the 786. This 786 is sitting at $69,493. I'm also going to pull up these local levels that we've been looking at before we broke out, right? We were trading the heck out of this range as well, right? Looking for the short at the top, riding it to the bottom, longing the bottom, and then almost was able to hold this up into a multi-five-figure trade, but I got stopped out for I think like $3,000 in profit, which can't complain about. It is a little, yo, shout out to Captain Kirk, said 66.6K subscribers on Halloween. Shout out to Captain Kirk. Thank you for the super chat. Oh yeah, somebody said you have 66,006.6 subscribers, and I was like, yes, I didn't understand the relevance of it, but you're right. That is sketchy and Bitcoin dumped. Where is Creighton C? Creighton C keeps an eye on all this stuff, and he notes this off, so he knows next time we hit a weird number that maybe if we hit 77.7K, maybe that's when Bitcoin will hit all-time highs. Guys, subscribe to the channel. We get us off of 66,000 66,600 subscribers. We need to get off that. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. That is not good. That is not good. I was wondering why someone said that. They're like, dude, you have 66,000. I can't say that. 66,600 subscribers. And I was like, true. Yes, that is true. But now I get it. Yeah, that is super sketchy, guys. I don't know Satoshi. I'm not part of any kind of voodoo candle worshipping ceremonies or anything like that. Don't investigate that. But yeah, I swear I don't do voodoo or pray to the crypto gods to move the market. Some people think that I do it, right? Like call for a move down yesterday and just pray to the crypto gods and ask my friend Satoshi to move it down, so we're right all the time. But that is not true. Again, don't look into it, though. Seriously. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. So if we lose that 786 here, right, that is a key level. The next level underneath that I would be looking at, locally would be this value area high sitting, which I can get rid of this resistance level because we've now broken out of it. Would be, actually, let me go ahead and get rid of this 786 as well. Would be this value area high, right? Like very simply put, guys, we are just keeping an eye on the volume profiles. Why would we? And why would we not pay attention to these when they pay out so well, right? Like, again, part of the reason why we were looking for the short here was because of the volume profile. Like, volume profiles are such a big part of my trading, not because, obviously they're free. It's free on TradingView, right? And I have a volume profile indicator, but it's also 100% free. Just search my name in TradingView. Shout out to Lux Algo, sponsor of the channel, although my indicator is free. They have awesome paid indicators. But, I have no reason to push this other than the fact that it works, right? You deviate below the low, you look for the longs. You come into the high, you look for the shorts, right? And because of the way money flow looked, we knew that dump may wind up turning from a scalp from the high to the low to give you the bigger move down, right? And it's just absolute magic, guys. When you mix the volume profiles with the other forms of analysis that we do here, it is absolutely overpowered. And I hesitate to say I said they were money printing machines on the market update. I kind of hesitate to say that because there's in reality, there is absolutely nothing in the world that you can just get and it's going to make you money easily, right? Like you still have to put in the work. You still have to understand the actual analysis. You have to understand how the markets move. But like once you understand that stuff, these tools make it absolutely overpowered. And this shows. We come up here every single day. And when we're wrong, we say we're wrong. Like even here, right? I was hoping that we were going to moon a little bit more from here. But I held a portion of this, or I'm sorry, that is wrong. I thought we were going to come down a little bit deeper here, right? I was hoping for 64,500, right? And there was very good reason to expect that level, but we didn't go down that low. We still caught the long here. I just wish I didn't get stopped out in profit. But like we're not right 100% of the time, right? But it just goes to show you don't need to be right 100% of the time to make a ton of money. But we come up here all the time. We make the calls, and if we're wrong, you can't hide from it, right? It's all recorded. It's all on live streams. But when we come down here, guys, this value area high, sitting at 68,592, 68.6, this is going to be a key level, right? I would really prefer not to come all the way down there, but that is going to be the next key level of support because, guys, once we start losing this value area high, the most important level right now is going to be the value area high of the macro range, which is sitting right here at $70,168. And the reason this is so key, and again, you have the 786. Could we go scoop that 786 real quick before bouncing out? Maybe. But if we start losing that 786, guys, like we're probably not only are we losing the Fibonacci retracement, but we are also getting accepted back into this larger value area, which would call for a move generally closer to the POC, right? Like what is this? Let's not forget what we're looking at here. This is a massive volume profile. You deviate above the highs. You deviate above the highs, everyone gets super bullish, right? We look for the short confirmations, right? And I'm not afraid to come up here and tell you guys I think price is going to go down when it looks like that, right? You come up, you look for the move back into the range. Once you get stuck back into that value area high, the next likely place for price to go is going to be that POC. You lose that POC, you're looking to get that move down to the value area low. Deviate below the low. This is a discounted asset. And then you look for the move back into the range, up to the POC, up to the value area high. Again, come up to the high, back to the low, right? This is how you trade the volume profiles. And simply put, we are not treating it any differently here, right? It's exciting to get the move up. We look for it, we got it. But we're going to be very careful up here. And if things look bearish, we were going to look for the move down, and here we are, right? So this is a deviation above the range. And if we get accepted back under these levels, it will likely call for a bigger move down towards that POC. Now, that POC is sitting at $67,000, but again, it won't necessarily be an instant move down there because we do have those local levels that I just brought up right here sitting at 68,600, and then you have, this is going to be like a range of its own, right? So you come down, right? At that point, if we get accepted back into the larger range, we come down, and then at that point, you could simply just look at that volume profile. If we get stuck under this high, we can look to the POC, look to the value area low. Now, this level here is going to be, if we get down there, I'm not necessarily saying we're guaranteed to get down there, but if we do make it down here, guys, we must hold this level, right? Because one of the reasons that we were expecting this pump to continue into the, basically the all-time high had a lot to do with something very specific, right? And it had to do with the daily time frame, and not that only, but specifically the market structure, right? We come on over to the daily. We had the change of character. If you watch the channel, you will know we talk about this every day, right? You get the change of character, higher low, break of structure. You are now in bullish market structure, right? Boom, higher low, higher high, break of structure. From then on, you are looking for higher lows and continuous breaks of structure, right? So if we wind up coming down here, get rid of that golden pocket real quick. If we continue to come down here, we really do not want to lose these lows. If we lose these lows, guys, not only are we going to potentially start working our way down. Let me pull up the macro range real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. Where are we at? Am I blind? There it is, right? Not only do we have that value area low down there locally. There it is, right? Value area low, but it is also a very key level. It is the POC of the macro range. This is kind of the last level I would be willing to entertain big bounces, right? Because if we wind up getting a breakdown below that POC, that is where, in my opinion, we could be looking much lower for Bitcoin. And is it going to be the full rotation of the volume profile? Guys, for the love of God, I hope not. Please, for the love of God, I hope this is not going to be a full rotation of the range. And I don't think so at this point, right? We have plenty of room to kind of wiggle down here a little bit, maybe tap the POC, and then come back up. But those are the local levels I'm looking at. If we start breaking below this POC, that is kind of that's danger. That is the danger zone for Bitcoin, in my opinion. You lose that POC, you're probably going to start working your way down towards the value area low. And this is, again, that last kind of level that I would be willing to see a strong bounce off of. Because when you break out of a volume profile, sometimes, right, not only is your value area low key support, right, because maybe you break out, you retest the scene of the crime. You guys might hear people say that, basically just meaning retest the level that you broke out from. But sometimes when you're looking at volume profiles, you could break out and then go retest that POC of the range before getting the big move up. We've seen a lot of the altcoins do this. Just for example, let me see here. Shout out to RIP to the altcoins. But let's see here. What is it? Dogecoin potentially was one of those people. Yeah, like right here, right? One of those people, one of those coins, right? You're in a volume profile, low, high. You get the breakout of the range. You retest the POC for the big move up, right? There's been a few of them. Maybe we'll talk about it when we move on here. I'm not going to spend a ton of time trying to find every single one. But yeah, it's something that we saw a lot on the altcoins. So it's just a way that the volume profiles work, right? Sometimes you like to test that high area of volume before coming back up. So those are the levels that we're looking at. And yeah, that is, don't forget the local levels as well, right? Local volume profile right here. Bada boom. And if you guys want to call these moves, just like we do in the premium Discord, well, number one, start using the volume profiles, or number two, you guys can join the premium Discord, link in the description down below. But if you're not ready to put the work in and take your trading to the next level, it's not a signals group. I'm not going to tell you when to buy and sell. I'm not going to tell you exactly when to enter, right? That's not how trading works. I actually teach you how to find the setups and what to look for, to see these moves play out more often than they don't. But check it out, because we've been absolutely crushing it in that Discord. So yeah, shout out to anybody in the kitchen right now. But that's what we're looking at. Hopefully, I'll just give you the quick levels before we move on. Value area high is the most important level of support. 70,150, right? 160, 150. Get stuck under that level. You better pray that we bounce off that 786 at 69,400. We lose that 786, we are probably at least coming down to this volume profile. And then if we work our way down here, this is like panic mode, right? Like, please, for the love of God, Bitcoin, bounce from here. Otherwise, it's not looking too good. At least, for a bigger move down to some of these lower prices. But we'll entertain that when the time comes. But I really do just have to say, guys, the signals we looked at yesterday are very easy to find on the chart, and they are very, very, very effective. And that next signal could be that daily red dot with the 90-minute money flow crossover. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a pullback. And your question might be, hey, Frankie, well, if we get a little bit of a retracement here, where are we looking to come up to? And just like any other time that we look at this price action, guys, I will simply be looking, where is the next area that the likely higher low will come in at, right? Well, probably going to be likely to come in near a golden pocket 786 or within that zone, right? I like to look at these as rejection zones. Bada boom. Bada bing. Here we are. There we go, right? So we get that wiggle back to the upside, which hopefully we get some kind of retracement. I will be looking at this golden pocket 786. Not just coming up in here and shorting, right? Again, it's not that easy, but you have to look for the confirmations. I will say that every single time we look at this stuff, because it's not that easy, right? You have to know exactly what you're looking at. Are you getting bearish signals to short? If not, then you would wait for another target, right? That's the trick. But that is going to be the first place I would anticipate resistance. Why is that? Golden pocket sitting at 71,500, up to the 786 at around 72.47. And if we pull our volume profile here, you can see that this is confluent with that volume profile. So this level, right, this whole profile is going to potentially act as resistance on the way up, right? You have the value area low right on that golden pocket. I would probably even separate these into two key levels, right? Golden pocket, value area low confluence, and then you have your POC 786 confluence. I would prefer to get a rejection from the lower level, but and why is that? Well, if we break above the value area low, the chances of filling the range again could be likely, so I would really just rather to reject here, but it's not impossible. Just like I said, if Bitcoin breaks out of a range, it can go test that POC before getting a big breakout. It's the same theory here, right? Wiggle our way up, right? You could come in, test that POC before a big drop to the downside. This happens all the time, right? One of the big examples of this, like on a higher time frame, just like a clear example of this, would be where is it? Right here, right? Back in 2021, we had this volume profile. I forget where I pulled it from. I think it was, right here, right? Your POC, you start to break down, you come back up, right? And again, there's a million other examples of this, right? But you start to break down, you come in, you test this POC sitting right here, bing, bong, right? Bigger move down. And what else was going on here, right? You had daily money flow coming out. I'm not expecting something like this necessarily, but, sometimes you can just wiggle out of that range, come back up, retest that POC, and then get the bigger move down. So yeah, that could be kind of the same theory that we could look at on this move, right? If you get the push up, test that POC, this whole zone is going to be key resistance. That's what I'm looking at, guys. That is how I'm playing it. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Yesterday, we waited to see if we can come down. Here we are. This is the support zone. Maybe, 786 is fine. Once we start losing the 786 decisively, higher time frame candles, medium hourly time frame candles, that is where I'd probably be looking lower. But this is definitely a level of support. Hopefully, this is not the only bounce we got. Even if we come down, hopefully we get a little bit more of a retracement up. But one thing I will say, guys, we do have yellow X's here on the 24-minute. Sometimes these yellow X's come in twos, right? So you might get another one, another drop down, but hopefully we can get some kind of reaction off this zone that is a little more impressive than this reaction. So there you go. Shout out to Noob Dude. Thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Said thanks, bro. Shout out to Noob Dude. Thank you. I appreciate you for appreciating me. I appreciate the Mafia for appreciating Noob Dude for appreciating me. I don't know if you do, but we're just saying it. Shout out to Noob Dude. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you so much. Sailor, save us. Shout out to Flavor. Yeah, shout out to Michael. Somebody get Michael on the phone. Shout out to VW John says yellow X's aren't real. Shout out to Thesis himself. Let's see. Smash that like button, guys. 1K people watching and only 250 likes. Shout out to Elite Ways EZ. 75% of you should have your stream access blocked. Guys, smash out that like button. 1K. Anything over 1,000 likes, guys, we're going to be giving away even more Solana than we're already giving away on tomorrow's live stream. I wish we could track likes. You have to at least like 3 streams in a row to get a giveaway. I don't know if it could track the likes. Maybe it can. Huh, we'll have to see. Let's see. Shout out, Haas says, sell everything. The scam is over. Shout out to Haas. Let's see. Liked on both accounts. Let's go. Shout out to Daniel Wright. We got people liking on multiple accounts. I mean, hey, if you guys have been watching, Tyler Durden said, I can. Tyler Durden is now the like detective. Let's see. Malte. I think that's what that says. Or Matt. I don't know what that says. Shout out to you, bro. He said, like every time. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Tia, we can take a look at Tia, no problemo. Shout out to, I don't know what that says. What is that name? Just Holds, or Just Holders. I can't see it. The text is super small. But shout out to you, bro. He says, any more promo codes? Depends on what you're looking for. We do have promo codes if you guys are looking for anything. If you want to save some money. But yeah, let me know what you're looking for, bro. We can, if you go to frankcandlestrading.com, we have all our deals in on that website and access to the premium Discord as well. Is a bear market a possible outcome? Shout out to Becca. It depends on what you count a bear market as, right? Like a lot of people were asking me if we were in a bear market here, and it's okay if you thought that, right? There's nothing wrong with thinking that. But this is like the farthest thing from a bear market, right? This is not a bear market. This is a massive uptrend on the higher time frames, right? People who think that, and again, there's nothing wrong with this. People who think that this range was like a bear market it makes no sense, right? Like you're in a massive, like you're just looking at, way too low of a time frame, right? I know this seems so scary, but this is not that scary, right? Like bear markets will bring Bitcoin down, 70-ish%, right? 75, whatever it is, right? This is 30%. This is not uncommon in a bull market. Now, is a bear market, I'll give you like kind of my most bearish outcome here. If this was the only fake out of the highs, and I will say, if this was the like full fake out of the highs and we are just going to get a massive, massive, massive dump, I will say this, right? And again, like what else was another thing that we were looking at, guys? A liquidity sweep of the highs here, right? And on a higher time frame, we are potentially getting that, right? Now, again, it's not guaranteed. I'll show you a reason why I think, it's not all doom and gloom, at least immediately. But, if we were to get, right, this does look like a potential nasty high time frame liquidity sweep. Again, we knew that we had all that liquidity up here. We've been talking about this for 7 months, right? I wouldn't say 7. I'd probably say about, 140 days. But we knew that there's a lot of liquidity up here, which could cause a quick move up, a quick move down, and then a bigger correction to the downside. If we're going to see that super bearish scenario play out and we're not going to go take the all-time high, which is definitely possible, it's not impossible, I will say this. Most bearish scenario, at least now, would be a move to the POC if we can't get back above the value area high, move to the POC, lose the POC, over time, look for price to come back down to the value area low, potentially, just look for that full rotation. This would be like the most bearish scenario I would be willing to, logically entertain for the moment, for the time being, right? Now, if we got down here or we started losing the PO, like over this time frame, if things look super bearish, we can look for lower prices. But as of right now, are we, compared to the previous price action, guys, like just because we broke the all-time high, just because October does not necessarily mean that we have to go up. Doesn't mean we can't go up, but deviation above the high, this is why I'm saying we deviate back in here and start losing the POC, I'd look for the rotation of the range, right? It's no different than the last time everybody was super bullish when we broke out here and went back down to the bottom, or tried to break out here and went back down to the bottom. But the difference here, in my opinion, this does look a little bit different in my opinion, right? I do think there's a better chance of breaking out here than we had here and here. But it's the same thing. You deviate above the highs. This is where you look for shorts. Now, whether that's a short to the POC before a higher low and a continuation up, which we could potentially see, Or if it's a short back down to 0, right, or in this case 60K, that's another story. But I mean, very simply put, like, this is not where you want to long, and this is why we say this on the live stream constantly. You don't want to long after the big move up. There will be a pullback at some point to get into a better position, right? If we were to launch back up to all-time highs here, you don't want to enter at this green candle and then get scared out and then short and then get wrecked again, right? We were getting bullish down here before the big move up. We were getting bearish here before the move down, here before the move down, here before the move up. Not bullish after we had a massive move up. And this is why I always try to be very careful of and really try to warn the Mafia about potentially getting overly bullish at highs like this. You do not, 99% of people do this, right? Oh my God, all-time highs, all-time highs. Now, we did see technically the all-time high come in, but you can't just you can't look for price to come up and then not at least entertain the case for a pullback, right? Now, hopefully, we could just bounce around and get out of here, right? But again, this money flow does not look great on the medium to lower hourly time frames. Now, coming on over to the 4-hour, one thing I don't hate here is if we do get a bounce, right, whether it's from this box here, which is the first key level, or if it's from those lower local levels that we just looked at, here's the thing. This 4-hour does look like it might want to come up and potentially put in a bear div, which would call for another break of these highs. Now, again, I'm not just longing because of that, but this VWAP, once this comes up, we'll see. If we start getting a big move up here, right, there's probably a lot of FOMO shorts coming in here. Let me see if we can, let me see here. Let's pull up we have a lot of shorts coming in right now. So, yeah, I mean, if we have a lot of people shorting the bottom here and it puts a lot of that liquidity above, maybe you want to come up and take that liquidity. Like I said, I will be looking for lower highs and pullbacks, but the way this 4-hour looks, it's the same thing we were looking at to predict this higher high, right? When we were here, right, or down here, right, what were we looking at? We looked at the daily, right? The daily looked like we may come up and put in a bear div. Now, we didn't get the bear div because price just kept going a little bit. So it didn't wind up printing, but we were able to front run this higher high and this break of structure based off of the way that Market Cipher B looked, right? Because if we want a bearish divergence, if you do not know, a bearish divergence is simply when you have a lower high on your momentum waves or your RSI or your Lux Algo matrix, oscillator matrix, whatever it is that you're looking at for your bear div, whatever your momentum indicator is, you're looking for lower highs on your momentum waves, which we don't have here, and higher highs on price. But we were able to predict this break of structure to the upside by saying, hey, right, come back into bar replay mode, hey, this looks like we may come up and print a bear div. In order to get that, we have to get a higher high. Right? So we predicted the move up, and then on the way up, we can then look for that daily bearish divergence for a potential pullback. Now, we didn't get the daily bear div. We still called the move down based off other stuff, but it's the same thing here, right? Like we come onto the 4-hour, same exact thing. We are simply looking at this like, hey, if this comes up, a lot of times, price likes to come in and put those bearish divergences in. So maybe we could go put that higher high in. I don't know how likely that is with the way money flow looks, but at least maybe that 4-hour green dot, I think that will be the thing that will give us some kind of retracement, whether it happens from here or we go for another move down before it happens. But yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at for Bitcoin, guys. Money flow not looking great, but higher time frames, we are still in bullish market structure currently. So unless we start cracking these lows, I'm not getting too nervous. But it wouldn't be out of the question to see that be just another fake out of the value area high. But I'm not willing to just hold shorts from up here all the way down to the value area low based off that, right? Like I'm not trying to call that huge move as of right now. I like to call the move in general, but I'm not just going to hold shorts or like even just hold longs in anticipation of some massive target, right? I'm a day trader. I'm a short-term trader. So we'd like to try to take profits along the way as price action develops, right? We're not just trying to go for grand slams. Singles and doubles will make you a millionaire. Going for grand slams constantly will make you go broke. I promise you that. Let's see. Shout out to Haas. Said FOMO short. This is just the beginning. It could be. No pump November. Yeah, it could be. It could be. But yeah, I do think that for me at least, I would personally not just FOMO short at the bottom of this move. Just like we were saying, right? Like I missed this. Well, I didn't miss the long. Technically, I got stopped out, so I missed this move. But Was I FOMOing into the long? Absolutely not, right? You just simply look for the next opportunity, right? So anytime you miss a position, guys, do not chase the positions. Do not chase your trades. I promise you it's not going to work. It might work once in a while. You might get lucky, right? I'm not saying you can't just dump from here. Just like up here, we were saying, is it impossible to just yeet up? No. But I wouldn't recommend it. You're probably going to get wrecked more often than you make money. Again, you'll get lucky once in a while. Like if you short here, can we just dump from here? Sure, like maybe. Not impossible. Anything is possible, right? But for me, every time I sit out of a position and don't chase, it winds up being a good position. Like imagine we start pushing up here and you're like, oh my God, we're going to break out, and you enter here, right? It's like literally the top. Honestly, you can counter trade your emotions and it'll help you out, right? Like if you feel like, oh my God, I'm missing the move, we're getting the breakout, because this is exciting, guys. I feel these emotions too, right? Like I said, although we have the long setup down here, I got stopped out in profit, missed this move. Do you think I still feel when you start seeing this push up like, oh my God, I feel the emotions, but I also have the knowledge of understanding that these big wicks are due to liquidations, right? Which is not necessarily a healthy move up, at least when it happens explosively like that. And even if the move is going to continue, I don't care. If it goes, it goes. You're going to have some kind of pullback, whether it pulls back here before continuing to go, or which we took the long yesterday from before looking for the short, right, in the premium Discord. But if we came up here and there was no short confirmation, we could have held a portion of the long for the higher low and the continuation up, right? But it's all about analyzing price action as it develops. Now, if you're a holder, right, or a hodler, those little moves aren't as important, right? Like if you're a hodler, then it's a little bit different. It's a different game, right? But for me, I have to get bullish here, right? I can be bullish at this level of support. And the reason I go over this, guys, is because it's important. If you want to be a trader, I know a lot of people in here want to be traders and they want to make money trading. This is very important to realize. You have to separate long-term investments or just your long-term sentiment from your short-term sentiment, right? So you could be bullish here for a move up while still remaining overall bearish for a lower move, right? So just understand that. I don't know. And money flow would probably call more for something like this. So we'll see what happens. Luckily, no matter what happens, we will likely be in a position from the top or from the bottom, right? From the top here with the short setup, hopefully with some kind of long, either from this zone or from lower, the levels that we just went over. Let's see. Hey, shout out to DC. Thank you for the not Daniel Cormier, guys. Shout out to DC. Said, if possible, can you take a look at APT? Yes. I'm gonna check in on chat really quick, and then we will go ahead and move on to some altcoins while also keeping an eye on the Bitcoin. We'll see. Maybe we could get a move here live. We've been getting moves live, guys. We've been getting a lot of exciting price action on the live streams. Let's see. Can you take a look at Solana? Yes, we can take a look at Solana. No problem. Elite Way said, Frankie, when are you going to make joggers for the Candle Mafia? For my candle t-shirts and sweaters. I have 2 hats, but I want a whole outfit. Shout out to Elite Ways Easy. We are working on trying to get merch, guys. I think what we might do is come up with like fire designs and make them limited, right? We'll like make them 25 pieces, right? Like it's honestly easier on our end, so we don't have to like hold a ton of inventory. But I think it would also be cool, right? Because we can make like merch based off of things that happen in the market. And I think we could do something cool like that. Like we do like limited edition sweatshirts, right? Like limited edition, maybe we can next year. I mean, we can't do it this year, but next year we do like limited edition like Halloween merch, or I don't know. I want to make stuff that we will have like just regular merch, but I also want to make like cool trading clothing that like people want to wear that doesn't necessarily like have my name plastered all over it, right? We'll have that too. But like, I don't know. Maybe it's just CandleMafia, right? It's not necessarily like wearing someone else's name. It's like CandleMafia. We're the CandleMafia. We crush the charts. We are the CandleMafia, right? So it's we might do something like that, like limited hats. I don't know. Limited edition hats, like 25, like drops of 25 special edition hats. I think that would be dope. And it would also just be easier because we don't have to hold a ton of inventory. Shout out to Tyler Durden, said merch. I can barely handle giveaways. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Hey. I don't know. I think we might. I think that me and Tony were talking about maybe doing those limited drops. I think it'd be cool. But let's continue on here. Let's just check in on chat, and then we'll take a guys. Drop some altcoins in the chat if you want me to take a look. We'll keep a look here out on Bitcoin on the current price action, but I will check in on some alts. And then Rob, shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Let's do like 2 or 3 alt requests, and then I'll freeball some of them as well. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Mike Bennett said, it's so funny when I do the opposite of my initial trading urge, it's a better choice usually. Yeah, shout out to Mike Bennett. Like, two funny things that can improve your trading just like at first, stab, right? Counter trade your emotions. If you're scared, it's probably time to start looking for longs, right? If you're super, oh my God, it's going to keep going up. When is this thing going to stop going up? And you just want to FOMO into a long, chances are price is going to reject. Doesn't mean it's going to zero, but it's probably going to reject and you'll have a better opportunity to long. And then another thing you can do is generally, guys, and this has to do with the way the market moves based off liquidity. If you are looking for an entry, if you just move your entry to where your stop loss would be, don't enter, right? So, for example, if you were looking to enter a short, let's see, right? So, just for example, I'll just draw this out, right? If you were looking, right, price is going like this, and you're looking for a short here, right? Instead of entering a short here, right, and putting your stop loss above, be patient and understand that there's probably liquidity sitting above these highs. And understand that price is gravitated towards liquidity. Learn about SFPs, which we have videos on the channel if you guys want to learn about that. But move your entry to where your stop loss was going to be. And chances are price will do some wacky wicks, right? And instead of getting stopped out, it will enter you. You'll get the entry where you would have gotten stopped out, right? Everyone gets wiped out. All the shorts get wrecked. But that is where you want to enter. You want to enter where the most people are getting wrecked, right? And that's how you could call confident reversals in the market. And it all has to do with liquidity. It's really the reason why I was being very cautious on this push above the all-time highs. Or push above the value area high, I should say. Right? We knew that we had the liquidity sitting up here. So we knew that we'd probably get the explosive move. But we also knew that this might be a good place to look for a short, whether it's a little scalp short back down to the value area high, which it very may well be, right? Or if it continues down, you're then short from the tippy top. So just keep that in mind, right? Just move your stop loss, right? I'm not saying to do this, right? This just helps me sometimes, or used to help me. Where you want to enter, or where you want to put your stop loss, just move your entry up there. Sometimes it'll wind up working out. And counter trade your emotions, very important. All right, let's see. All right, altcoins have been in and entered into the chat. Yo, shout out to Holy something says, Frankie, are you the Frankenstein monster's grandchild? I'm not at liberty to answer that question. Shout out to you. I can't answer it, guys. I can't. Are my bolts showing? Shout out to you, man. Let's see, 67K on the 2nd of November at 5 UTC. Shout out to Ed. We'll mark it down, bro. We'll take a note, and we'll see. I'm going to literally write that down. Ed, hang on. Ed, I'm actually writing down some really important paperwork. Ed, prediction. Let's see. Where'd it go? I lost it. It's gone forever, guys. It's gone forever. The prediction is gone forever. 67K on the 2nd, November, 5 UTC. All right, there we go. It's in the books, baby. It's in the books. Maybe we'll give you a prize if you guess it correctly. All right, let's see. Boom. Can you look at Solana? Yeah, okay. So let's start taking a look at some of these altcoins, guys. Let's take a look at Solana. And what were we looking at Solana? Let's see. Actually, I haven't looked at Solana today yet. Let me bring up the actual live stream chart. Where is it at? No. Oh, no. Altcoin video. Let's see here. Solana. Here we are. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Here we are. Bada boom. Bada bing. So, shout out to anybody in the live. Guys, maybe we should just start trading Solana. Solana literally is just like more obedient than Bitcoin. This is crazy. But yeah, what are we looking at here, right? We deviate above that value. What is today? Today is the 31st. So yesterday was Wednesday at about, come on to the 1 hour. Yesterday was the 30th at about 5 p.m. Okay, so yeah, we were deviating above this value area, right? And generally, actually, let me hide this. Let me actually hide this, right? Because that's a local range. But generally, we are above the macro value area. Kind of similar to Bitcoin, right? We get the push above the value area. We look for the pull back to the value area high. it wound up sticking as support, right? Get the move up. We got the pullback into the value area high. We got the bounce. And then yesterday, we were looking at these high time frame bearish divergences, similar to Bitcoin, although Bitcoin didn't have the divergences, but they did have the red dots. We had the 12 and the 16-hour red dots and bearish divergences looking to print. This called for a pullback. And if we got a pullback, obviously the value area high at 162, 163 is still a key level of support. But that's where we said if you're going to get a pullback, right, locally, you would want to look at the local volume profile because very simply put, same as the bigger range. Deviation above the high, you get stuck under that value area high. Don't just make this stuff up, guys. It plays out, right? You get stuck under the value area high, can't get back out, and this is where you look for the move. Where's the next likely place for price to go? Drop it in the chat if you know. You get stuck under that value area high. Where's the next likely place for price to go? Hint, hint. We are almost there right now on Solana. That's right. Shout out to Creighton C. He said it's the POC. I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. Creighton C is actually not here today, I don't think. Shout out to Lars. Said, are you Satoshi? Shut it down. Tony, shut it down. They know. They know. Shout out to Lars. I'm just kidding. I'm not Satoshi. Please don't investigate that, but I am not Satoshi, guys. I did not create Bitcoin. I'm kidding. But let's see. POC. There we go. Clay the Great knows. Chaos knows. Let's go. Crypto Pollo. Oh, someone's dropping chickens in the chat. I think I did see Crypto Pollo. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Let's see. Yeah, POC, baby. Puck, puck, puck. Oh, my God. Is that why you're saying the chicken emojis? What the? Yo, shout out to Nabil. Is that why you're saying that? That's lit. That is lit. Frankie Satoshi's long-lost twin. That I may not be able to design. Deny. But there we go. Yo, Lars says 0. But yeah, guys, you get stuck under that value area high. You were looking at that POC. And here is Solana once again, just sitting at that key zone. So from here, if you can't get the bounce, and this is your golden pocket POC confluence, we are starting to see potential bullish divergences here. Lower lows on our price action, higher lows on the momentum waves. Potentially on the 15-minute. Might be able to get a little bit of some kind of pullback up. Very similar to Bitcoin, right? It's kind of the same exact situation, right? You're coming into your key zone. You're getting your bullish divergences. Maybe you can get a pullback. Now, and by pullback, I mean pull up, right? And then maybe you get a little retracement. But let's check the higher time frame, medium time frame money flow, 2-hour money flow, crossing into the red. This might mean that we are more likely to get a lower high and potentially another lower low. If you break the POC, very simply put, I'm moving down to the 163 to 162 value area low locally, which is also confluent with the larger value area high of the macro range. You start losing this level, that's where you are really in danger for Solana, in my own personal opinion. So that's what I would look at. That is exactly what I would look at here. So let's see. See if we get any lower time frame bull divs. Should we, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. So yeah, let me just look at something here. Let me just take a little look-see here. Bada boom. Let me just take a little look-see. All right. Let's see. Satoshi of the Hearts. Shout out to let's get it, bro. Sui Doge. All right, let's see. Shout out to Peter. Peter says, Frankie, out of the box question. I hear you talk about the POC candles and whatsoever. What about expiring options on traditional markets, crypto options, end of the month? Peter, I mean, it's something that I wouldn't completely ignore it, but to be quite honest with you, I'm like a 90% technical trader, right? So for me, right, let's say if you think that, say, is going to dump the market, right? For me, it's not as something that I pay as much attention to. And the reason being is simply because I'm just a technical trader, right? So for the shorts or the pullbacks, I am looking at things on the technical chart, right? So I'm getting bearish off a technical level, and then typically we get that to play out, and then whatever the other stuff, and I'm not saying that stuff doesn't affect the market. That's not what I'm saying. But, for me, typically I'm entering off a technical signal, and then, whatever the other things are that are going to move the market, right, that typically just winds up being in agreement with the analysis. So, and for me, I only have so much mental shelf space, so to gain as much expertise as I can in the charts and understanding how the market moves when it comes to technical factors and just the idea of buying and selling in the market, I would rather be like a complete expert on that and then execute on that while also paying slight attention to that other stuff. And then, if that stuff is going to agree with me, I'll take it into account. If it disagrees with me, I'll take it into account as well. But more often than not, if I'm bearish on a technical signal and something like the traditional markets look, typically the traditional markets are like options expiring and stuff, that all will line up with the TA for the most part anyway. So it's not something I pay super amount of attention to, but doesn't mean you shouldn't, if that makes sense. So hopefully that helps you out. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some more of these altcoins, Mafia. That is what I'm looking at, Solana. I mean, to be quite honest, dang, we should just start pulling up the clips from the day before live stream. It's really crazy, guys, on Solana. And again, is there a chance that we could have been wrong here? Yes, and we would have been like, oh, okay, hey, we didn't get the dump, right? We just got a bounce. But this stuff is just insane. The volume profiles are absolute money printers. So there you go. Let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's take a look at. Pin the chat, Frankie. Pin the chat. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Let me see. Altcoins for tonight. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Thank you, bro. Chat is pinned. All right, let's take a look. All right, let's take a quick look at ETH, which is another thing that we were looking at yesterday, which was, let's take a look. So yesterday on Ethereum, basically what we were looking at here, let me pull up let's pull up this chart. Boom, boom. So yeah, here we are, right? Actually, the drawings are still here on the chart. So yeah, I mean, lower accumulation range, right? And again, this isn't the worst look, in my opinion, as far as long-term, right? Like maybe we bing-bong around. Even if we came back down to the bottom of the range, like this would be accumulation for ETH, in my opinion. And then once you get the breakout into this larger value area, I'm not going to go through this whole spiel because we went over it yesterday, but there could be a lot of room here for ETH in the long term. However, when we come up to the top of the volume profiles, we look for those bearish divergences. We oftentimes will get the pullbacks, just like on Solana. You look for the pullbacks back into the range, back down to the POC, which we did get. That move down towards that POC, which was sitting right here at about 2350. Then we get the bounce, but this is where you want to keep an eye on money flow. What is money? Whoops. Come on. What is money flow looking like, right? Come on down to the 1 hour. That 1 hour money flow was looking very similar to Bitcoin. And what happens? You wind up getting the money flow to cross into the red. You get the bigger drop down. 16-hour red dot was also printing. Same exact thing we were looking at on Bitcoin, right? So as we continue on here, now we're back in this range. Where was that lower high likely to come in at? Well, let's pull it. I can almost guarantee you it was right on the 786 golden pocket. And here we are. Now, we had a local golden pocket 786 here, but you smashed through that, right? So what are you going to look at? And this is actually an old golden pocket. We actually made another low there. But you pull from your absolute high to the low, and if you're looking for price to put in a lower high and continue down, which you would expect here based off of your money flow, right? When your 1 hour money flow is coming into the red, right? Or maybe even a higher time frame starting to come out, 4 hour money flow in the red, right? If you're looking for the lower high here, where's it likely to come in? I say this every single day. Golden pocket 786 is the zone to look, right? This is where I look, and more often than not, that is where you go. Don't take my word for it. Go back test this, please. I recommend back testing it, right? So you can see how often it plays out, because it doesn't play out 100% of the time, but oftentimes that golden pocket 786 is the zone to be looking at for that potential lower high to come in before another move down. Now, if this is going to create a bigger downtrend, we would be looking, key levels down below, POC 2350, value area low, sitting at 2274, right? 2 dailies down here as well. Big zone of support if we get the bigger move down. So I would be careful. Again, retracements are going to be likely. And again, I'm not going to necessarily just call for the value area low here. But sorry, I'm getting distracted here on the other screen. But yeah, bear with me, guys. Trying to do something here. Bada boom. The bat phone is going off, guys. The bat phone is going off. But yeah, that is what I'm looking at. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here, guys. back in the range, right? We need to get back above this 786, sitting at about 26.85. Get back above this. That's where we could look up to this larger 786, which is our doorway to higher prices. Once we start breaking out here, that is where I think you get the bigger move up for Ethereum. Until then, it's this volume profile. Every time you deviate above, you're looking for shorts. Remember, obviously, there is going to be a time where we break out of here, but anytime you come up here, if you get the bearish signals, you're going to look for the pullback. What was the bearish signal here? Simply put, come on, bearish divergences, money flow comes out, back down to the bottom of the range. You come up here, bearish divergences, you come back into the range. At that point, is your money flow calling for a lower high? If it is, you're looking for the golden pocket 786 before continuation down. So yeah, right now, I bet you we're at our opposite end fib here. Yeah, coming into the golden pocket. So yeah, I mean, I would probably, let me pull this volume profile to current. Yeah, I would say your key level here on Ethereum right now that you do not want to lose if you don't want to see the macro value area low or the longer term value area low. Let me pull this back a little bit. Bada boom. So yeah, if you do not want to see the move down to the value area low here, you're going to want to hold this key level where it's a 786 value area low between 24.52 all the way down to $2,400. Right, so you wiggle your way down. You want to bounce from there. If not, I'm looking down towards the value area low of this range. But yeah, just to be clear, guys, this stuff plays out more than it doesn't. You look for if you don't have the bearish confirmations, you could look for the breakout potentially. But the comps were here. The comps were here, right? And that lower high was right in on that 786. So you got to know what to look for, but oftentimes it will wind up playing out. Bada boom. Let's see. Oh God, chat is all the way backed up here. Let me come to current price action, current chat action here. Access denied. Shout out to All Set. And guys, this is why I don't like to just come up here and get FOMO bullish, right? Like you guys will often see, right? A lot of times when everything is pumping, I always look at a bearish case if there is one, right? Because if there's an opportunity for a pullback, I'm going to call for it, right? Because as long as we have that information on the chart, we have to call for that potential pullback. Otherwise, I'm going to be coming up here and being like, guys, we're pumping, we're bullish, right? This is what a lot of people do, right? A lot of people, they don't get bullish until you see the breakout, and then they're like, "Oh my God, this is the we're instantly going up." Now we get bullish here, right? This is nice to see a breakout, but we are, I'm very vocal. Do not long the top, right? Look for the pullback, and then people are like, "No way, we're pumping. We can't go down," right? All the new people that come in, they don't understand how trading works because they're not watching the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, guys. But you got to look for that pullback to get a much better entry. You do not want to be long in the tops here. A lot of people will just be like, oh, my God, this is the time, right? And a lot of other people aren't short-term traders, right? So that's fine. But if you're looking to trade, that is not the time to enter along, in my opinion, right? But, yeah. Let's see. Let's go ahead and continue on. Let's take a look at what's next? AVAX. Let's take a look at AVAX. Bada boom. Take a sip of that black coffee. All right. Actually, let's pull up our let's pull up our live stream chart. Bada boom. Let's see. 4 hour. All right, so we're back down at the value area low. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're looking for a place to trade with no KYC, check out Blowfin. I don't think we have I think Tony D is working on another deal. But yeah, if you guys want a place to trade, check out Blowfin. They are no KYC. I know a lot of places are KYCing now, but you can just sign up for there. And if you do, guys, I'm not going to show the dining room right now, only because if you don't know what the dining room is, it is simply our freemium section of the Discord here. I'm not going to show it. I'll show the how to get in here. I'm not going to actually pull it up because I think they just updated the trade setup in there. But if you sign up with our affiliate links, guys, you will get access to this freemium section of the Discord. If you're looking to get an idea of what we do in the premium, you will get one premium post per week in the dining room. And a lot of times they are trade setups. So if you want to get a taste of how we actually do it, this is 100% free if you use our affiliate links. And yeah, shout out to Blowfin. They're no KYC. Also, Femex as well. All of our exchanges are down here. It's not just, you guys can't see it because it's covered up. But Femex, Blowfin, Mexi, BingX, we have a bunch of exchanges here. So if you're already using our exchange, get on in here. I forgot to mention that. But again, I don't want to leak the actual post because I think they updated it today. But there you go. On AVAX, guys, coming on down here to the value area low. Now, I don't really, to be quite honest with you, technically to the bodies of your candles, you do have a divergence to the bodies of your candles. This wick is, I don't know. I don't really love that. I would like to see this be a little bit stronger, but let's take the lower time frames. Check the lower time frames. Bada boom. Yeah, I would probably be more willing to wait for another drop down here locally. Let's see, 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, you're coming into the 786. Maybe you get a pull a retracement here potentially. It's kind of hard. Whoops. Yeah, hard to say. I would really like to see a lower time frame bull div down here. You don't really have the low time frame divs, to be quite honest. I would like to come down one more time. Like, we didn't really tap that 786. I would like something like that. I would like something a little bit more like that. Not that you can't come up from here, but I'd like to see a stronger divergence on something like the 30-minute, 15-minute even. Yeah, I would be waiting on that, to be quite honest. You front ran the 786, which isn't impossible to give you a move. But again, I don't really like, it's not the strongest 4-hour bull div. Hard to say. Depends on if you get that green dot first. But you are at support, right? I would not be like FOMO just shorting right here looking for a giant move down. I would look for something like this and then, probably wiggle around down here and then look for a potential scalp long. But taking a look at our money flow here. Money flow actually isn't as fresh into the red as it is on Bitcoin, to be quite honest with you. Let's see, 12-hour daily. Yeah, daily red dot. 90-minute rate. Yeah, I would probably be favoring a move down here. Maybe a short-term retracement, but I would probably favor at least some kind of another move down here to get a stronger signal, deviate below the value area low, and then look for another move up, or at least another significant retracement. But yeah, overall, that's kind of what I'd be looking at AVAX. Now, this local range, guys, and again, in the long term, we talked about these. Levels and these kind of setups that a lot of these altcoins are in. Long term, accumulation, right? You could break into that larger range. I wouldn't expect anything to get too fun until we get back up into this area. But, yeah, the local range that I would be looking at here on AVAX would be the value area low sitting at 2481. Whoops. POC sitting at 2584. And then the value area high at 2867. So there you go. That is what I would be looking at. And again, I would really like a stronger divergence here on the higher time frames or even the medium time frames. But we'll see. Maybe we get something like this. Maybe you kind of wiggle up a little bit, and then you get another move down. Market cipher B does something like that, and then you can get a bigger move up. But that's what I'd be looking at on AVAX. Let's see. Bada boom. All right. Looking for $19 on AVAX. Let's see, $19. So, yeah, I mean, you would be looking pretty low, and not that can't happen. Let's pull this bigger fib here. Yeah, down into the macro 786. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, if you lose this value area low and, like, the whole market maybe Bitcoin gets the bigger pullback into the golden pocket, into the 786, not impossible. If you're looking for the bigger pullback, I would not say that is impossible. Let's see. Jasmine, I think we took a look at Jasmine yesterday. Or maybe I think we looked at Jasmine yesterday. We could try to take a look at it, though. No problemo. Smash that like button if you want to see Jasmine, guys. If we get over 1,000 likes, 1,001 likes is all we need to get some free Solana on Friday's live stream. We're already giving away a bunch of Solana, a bunch of Cardano. Plunger's in the chat. Is Jason here? Yo, shout out to Jason in the chat. What is going on, bro? What is going on? Are you scared? Are you scared, Jason? Are we getting nervous? Let me know what you think, bro. Let me know what you think. Sheeb, let's see. Trading is the sexiest job you can have because you always have to work with butts. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got double bottoms. Fat double bottoms. You guys know we love fat double bottoms. But let's see. AVAX. Brett was missed last night. Yo, shout out to Darren, bro. Thank you so much for remembering that, bro. Let's take a look at Brett. We said we were going to take a look at Brett last night, and we didn't. So here we are. Let's take a look at this. So Brett, again, you know, in that general kind of like bear market range, quote unquote bear market from the 2021 highs here, or this is the 2024 highs. But it's kind of like that fake out bear market, right? Very similar to the Bitcoin structure, higher time frame structure, right? Like you have the 2021 bull market, 2022 bear market, very similar. On Brett, you have the 2024 highs, the 2024 bear market, right? And the reason I say bear market, guys, is because this was absolute destruction of 70%. It's kind of like a bear market for the altcoins. So you kind of have that lower range. Once this still remains your big level on Brett, obviously. We'll go into the local time frames in just a minute. But daily naked point of control, value area low at about 12 cents here is going to be your doorway to higher prices. You have your daily naked point of control at 13 cents. Get above that. I would look to potentially fill at least up to the POC and then the value area high after that. But locally, very simply put, we are just sitting within the lower range, guys. We come up, deviation above the high, right? Back in, can't get back above the high. You go to the POC, back to the high, back to the POC. If we lose this POC, I would be looking for a bigger move down to the value area low. Let's check that daily time frame. Daily red dot is now printing. Is that printing on Bitcoin just yet? Not yet. Not yet. Okay. So daily red dot on Brett. Let's check that 90-minute money flow. Yeah, money flow is in the red. Yeah, I would be looking at this local range for sure. So let me mark this out for you guys. Bada boom. We got the value area high at 10 cents, POC at 9 cents, and again, give or take the decibels there. Decimals. Yeah, but let's yeah, I mean, failure to get accepted out of this range, get stuck underneath, go to the POC. Back above the POC, into the high, can't get back out, back in, back to the POC. So right now, your key level of resistance on Brett is going to be 0.09227. Get the move up, then the rejection back down, and then yeah, next key level of support in that case would be, major level of support would be about 0.07795. Are we going to get all the way down there? Kind of hard to say. You do have some support, before that, but that's generally the range that I would be looking at. If you're looking for a local range, I'd probably pull this right here, extrapolate that to the right. Yeah, you're bouncing off this value area high right now. So let me go ahead and mark this. Bada boom. High. POC value area low. So yeah, there we go. So you're bouncing off this value area high. So if you wanted more local levels, you could look at these this value area here. But in general, guys, like the larger, for the long term, I would be looking at the larger volume profile. And then yeah, daily red dot could continue down here. Even that 90-minute, to be quite honest with you, looks like even if we get the retracement, could look for a bigger move down. So yeah, that's what I'd be looking at on Brett. Let's see. SEI. Sip. Let's check out SEI. Let's see. Phoebe needs to get on the stream. Shout out to Phoebe. Yeah, Phoebe's actually sleeping next to me, guys. She's curled up in a ball. She looks so cute. I don't want to wake her up. But yeah, I think I might have woken her up by just screaming, "Sip!" I woke her up, guys. I woke her up, dang it. Shout out to Phoebe. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I kind of dropped the ball by not dressing up as Phoebe for Halloween. Maybe I'll dress up as Phoebe tomorrow as a late Halloween decoration. But yeah, shout out to Phoebe, guys. And yeah, we are still in search for a goat, guys. We're looking to buy a goat. Again, I don't think I can keep it at my house, but yeah, but hopefully we can adopt a goat. And then hopefully we can just FaceTime Phoebe when we need. And maybe we can get Phoebe live. I think we'll be able to do it, guys. I think we can pull this off in the next few months. I think we'll be able to do it. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Mark Dutch, yeah, if being a mod ever stopped you having fun. Shout out to Not Financial Advice, and shout out to Mark Dutch. Bada boom. Hey, shout out to Not Financial Advice. Hey, I just shouted you out, bro. He said, much love, Frankie. I love your content. I appreciate you so much, bro. And yeah, I appreciate you saying that, man. You know, I am here to give just non-bias, self-interested information that we see on the charts, right? And I think it's a reason why we oftentimes are, we're able to make these calls, right? Because I don't care about creating FOMO or just saying what people want to hear, right? I'm just going to tell you what I think, right? And we wouldn't have looked for this pullback if we did not see the bear signs that we saw, right? Otherwise, if this was looking good and fire, we would have looked for the upside. But yesterday we had to look at the bearish case because we thought that it was going to be more likely than not the case, right? And based off information, not my opinion, not because I have some secret magical signal indicator that I'm looking at that no one knows about, right? It's just based off the TA we teach here every single weekday for free. So smash that like button if you're learning something. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, guys. Spam the chat. Any kind of engagement will help push us out to more Candle Mafia members so we can grow into an unstoppable force, even more unstoppable than we already are. 7 p.m. and she's sleeping. I guess Amazon shopping is exhausting. Yeah, shout out to Mark Dutch. Yeah, Phoebe is quite an Amazonaholic. All right, let's continue on here. Create FOMO. Guys, we're going to 300K by tomorrow. I'm kidding. Someone will clip that. Someone will clip that. Okay, let's continue on. Shout out to Wayne C. Welcome in, bro. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's take a look at SEI. Where's our SEI chart? Whoops. SEI. Nope. Do we not have an SEI chart on the live stream? Okay, this is old, I think. Yeah, this is an older chart. It's not much different, though. I will keep the daily naked points of controls. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this fib. Let me get rid of this value area high. Keep that daily naked point of control. I'll get rid of this range. I'll extend this range. Whoops. Come on. I'll keep that there. Value area high, POC. I'm just like backwards engineering this this chart, guys. And we'll drag that up there. There's your new value area high and value area low. Boom. Come on. Come on. Let's see here. Boom. Boom. Okay, there we go. So, come on, give me the dang right. There we go. Okay, so same thing as all the other altcoins, guys. In the long term, there's not really much to update here. We came up. That's an old fib. I'll get rid of that. Okay, so, and I'll get rid of this too. All right, so, again, you have your upper range. You have your lower range. I'll just roughly pull that. I got to fix it. There we go. So, there's your lower range. There's your upper range. In the grand scheme of things, we have come back down and retested the top of this range. If you can hold above this value area high, it may open the door to come revisit the 59-cent area for SEI at the macro value area low. Now, you do have some resistance before that, but the next major levels I would look at is going to be that, right? The value area low at 59 cents is going to be, or almost 60 cents, is going to be your doorway to much higher prices, right? You bing bong around here. We got the breakout, and now we're retesting. If you stay above this, you could potentially see the move into that value area low and potentially beyond. Now, locally, if we pull up the lower time frames, very clear value area right here. Right? And we just rejected. So locally, I would not actually be too surprised if, just rough out that value area low POC. Yeah, I would not be surprised. We're getting rejected at the value area low. VWAP coming up on the, what's the 4-hour doing? You got the bull div into your value area high. That's nice. Money flow not really coming up, though. I'd like to see that money flow come up. 2-hour. Mrs. Candles in the chat. Come on in here, Mrs. Candles. Come on in here, Mrs. Candles. Show some hand. Get us some likes. Let's go. We decided, guys, that we were going to, we didn't actually think this through. We're going to have to stop having me smell Mrs. Candles' hands on stream because not only is that not family friendly, but also we realized that other people might sniff her hand, which is, I don't know. Sometimes Mrs. Candles gets exposed at like Bitcoin conferences and stuff, and people have sniffed her hand at conferences and stuff. So we realized that we're just gonna have to like keep her a secret and not tell anyone who Mrs. Candles is, or stop smelling her hand. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm never gonna stop smelling her hand. Oh, okay. Sorry. That was too far. Guys, don't. Tony D, we're going to have to take the stream down. We're going to have to take the stream down. We're going to have to. Oh, sorry. I threw. Okay. I know. I'm sorry, Mrs. Candles. I'm sorry. Where's your cat ears? Shut up, the derelict. Mrs. Candles, go get your cat ears. Go get your cat ears, Mrs. Candles. Sorry, guys. She's very durable, guys. She's very durable. Anyway, let's continue on here. Shout out to Wick's wife. Says, is Frankie's background real or is it a filter? I can't tell you that. That is, I'm sworn to secrecy there. Shout out to Gen Z. Okay, let's continue on here. So, yeah, we got the bounce, the bull dip into the 4 hour. Now, this, again, like the long here, in my opinion, was down here, right? On the 4 hour bull dip, right? Get the long, too late to long at this point. Maybe on a pullback into the retracement into a fib zone. So, yeah, not that you can't look for longs, but to be quite honest here, like, is the daily red dot printing? Yeah, a lot of this stuff looks very similar. Your 16-hour red dot is printing. Your 1 hour money flow is in the red, looking for a red dot. I would probably be more inclined to see something like this. I'm just going to give a little freebie away here. I would like to see, like, what's that 45-minute looking like? Oh, baby, 30-minute? I'd like to see something like this, right? Whether you come to the golden pocket of the 786, put in a nice little bull div there, potentially. But, yeah, this does look like you may want to get another drop to the downside. Maybe sweep these lows. We'll have to see. Not a signal, not a trade signal, guys. Not financial advice. But, yeah, I mean, you got the high time frame red dots. 16 and 12-hour red dots are printing. Is that a blood diamond? Yikes. 12-hour blood diamond or 16-hour blood diamond, 12-hour blood diamond. Not the best look in the world. So, yeah, I would be sitting on this. I'd be, looking for another pullback potentially here for SEI. So, there you go. Let's see. Okay, let's whiff, please. Maybe we could take a look. Shout out to Elite Way. Said, we doing stocks? GSAT, please. We could do a stock. Should we do a stock? Let's see here. Oh, yellow X on the 16-hour, not looking good. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. I mean, hey. I don't know, guys. Should we start doing, like, stock segments of the live stream? Let me know. Let me know if you guys want to do that. I mean, I would do the TA personally the same exact way. So, yeah, I mean, you're sitting down here. Let's check the weekly real quick. Market Cypher tends to move slower on stocks, which makes sense. They're less volatile. Weekly money flow crossover into the red stonks. Shout out to Tyler Durden. How dare you? Oh, God. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden's going to fire me, guys. Unbelievable. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Said LCID or LCID. Is that Lucid? Please, it's a long-term play, but started DCAing at 250. Is that a stock? I think it is. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Chris Hanna. Thank you for getting that membership, bro. Go ahead and spam those. Anyone with a membership, guys, drop those Bitcoin jack-o'-lanterns in the chat. But, yeah, let's continue on here. So, I mean, this is your value area. Weekly money flow crossover into the red is not the best look, but it looks like this fakes out a lot with the weekly money flow crossovers. That Bitcoin jack-o'-lantern is fire. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at it for you, Crypto Pollo. No problem, bro. But, yeah, I mean, for the most part, I'd be looking at this value area low as a key level of support on the weekly here. $1. Got $1. Yeah, I mean, what is this? Any significance to this fib? Potentially. Come on. Not really. So, yeah, I mean, your next real significant area of support would probably be this area down here. And you have a tapped monthly that I would probably go ahead and watch. Right there. So, yeah, monthly at about 65 cents. If you break down here, again, I don't know if that's going to happen necessarily, but if you get a bigger breakdown here, I'd look for the this level here at about 65 cents, and then you break down below that, I would look to come into that value area. This is a stunk, so it might take you a while if you do get that move down there, but this would be the local range I would look at, so I can kind of mark that out for you if you want, so just give you the levels. There you go, but that's pretty much what I'd be looking at. Market Cipher not as clear on this. It moves very slow on this stock. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at for Global Star. Let's check LCD or LCID. Yeah, it is Lucid. Okay. Let's take a look. Started DCAing in at 250. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Let's see here. Daily red dot. Might be able to continue down just a little bit more here, but you might also, let's see, 16 hour, 10 hour. Yeah, I mean, you're looking for a 4-hour bull div down here. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard, guys. Stocks is a whole nother animal, to be quite honest. But this is what I would look. Pollo, I would give you this this range here. So I would take this. Shout out to all the stonks out there. This would be the profile I would look at on the 4-hour. Bada boom, you can take those levels. You are now, I mean, you're losing this pretty heavy, to be quite honest. But I can't really look left. So it's kind of hard to find you support below. Man, this is hard. Yeah, I can't really look left. But I will say, your hope here would be, after losing this range, like, if you can get back up above this value area low POC, that's where, that's kind of like safety to me. Like, you're kind of drowning here. Oh my God, you get back up here. It's like, okay, we're back above water. And then you could probably look for a little bit of a continuation up. But you are starting to put in some kind of divs here, but they're kind of wonked, to be quite honest. But yeah, looking for green dots. I wouldn't think this thing's gonna just mega dump here. I would definitely wouldn't be FOMOing short. So yeah, that's the kind of what I would look at. Those are the levels that I would watch as well. Again, pulled on the 4-hour there for you, Crypto Pollo. Hopefully that helps you out, bro. Buying blood ain't easy, but I'm okay with the risk. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Pollo. I mean, yeah, I don't know how much lower you can go. I don't know if this is like the full price history here. Hopefully it is. Or yeah, if it is, I mean, it's kind of dangerous, but it's also kind of like, I mean, I don't know. This is like an electric car, an EV company, I think, right? So again, with stocks, there's decent amount of fundamental analysis you could do as well. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking at. But let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, so we took a look at Lucid. There you go. I think it's like the second time ever that we look at, that we ever looked at stocks. BTC trying to retrace, baby. She's trying. We are in a trade here. We did get a trigger here in the premium Discord, but I'll be honest, we'll see what happens here. I don't know how confident I am in that move. We'll have to see. We did get some signals though. I'm gonna talk about them because I don't want to give away the premium sauce. Wouldn't be fair for the people who pay. But if you guys want to get into the premium, you can check the link in the description down below. Where we did look for the short position on the way back down. And the scalp long on the way back up. Not showing it to brag, just showing to give you an idea of what we do here. I don't tell you when to buy and sell. I tell you what to look for and where to look for it and where I personally look to take the trades and where I look to take them too, which again is where we are right now. So guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for this absolutely horrifying live stream as Bitcoin gets the big move down. But hopefully everyone who was tuned into the live stream last night was not too surprised by this big drop. We were looking for it. We came right into our key level. Hopefully we could get the bounce to the upside here. We pray. We hope. Please, for the love of God, give us a little bit of a bounce. If we do get the bounce, actually, of course, look at this. See? I tease Bitcoin. I pull up the face cam, and Bitcoin starts pulling up a little bit. Starts to get a little bit of a more of aggressive push up. A little bit more of a push. Unbelievable. This thing literally waits for me to get off the stream. But yeah, I wasn't really going to show the trade here. I mean, guys, do not copy trade this. Maybe I won't. I mean, yeah, do not copy trade, right? I will say this. Too late to get into the long, right? Like, can you FOMO long? Maybe. But this one is on FEMAX, guys. So we are in long, hopefully from some kind of a bottom. But again, guys, like I said, I am going to be looking for this to be more of a lackluster retracement, capitalize on a little scalp long, and I will be looking to flip short on the way back down, or on the way back up. I will be looking for shorts as we climb back to the upside. $82,000 position. We'll see what happens. Shout out to the premium Discord. We also did look for that long in the premium, and I think that was, we kind of came up a little bit. I didn't want to do it as we were at the entry point because I don't want people to copy trade me. I'm already up on this trade, so not the time to long just yet, or at least at this point. But this was also in the dining room, which is kind of why I wanted to bring up the dining room before, but I didn't want to leak it as, you know, people who are in here. I didn't want to kind of front run them on that either. But again, this is free, and was it? Yes. Okay, so it was. It was that next setup. So we are looking, you know, it was kind of where we were looking for the setup, but obviously in the premium Discord, we get way more intricate on exactly what we're looking at as price comes down. I give whole explanations, all that good stuff. I mean, there's tons of sauce in here, guys. I'm in here all day for the most part. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully we got you some free value out there on this scary, scary Halloween for Bitcoin. So look for a potential retracement to the upside. And if we continue to up, I will be looking for the shorts. And if we continue down, we'll just simply look for the next key level support, which you guys all know where they're at now. So with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. We're at 666 on the subscribers, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Get us out of that devilish number. Get us to 67K. I think we could do it. But with all that being said, I actually have somewhere to be, so I got to go. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. I love each and every single one of you guys. Thank you all for tuning in and spending your precious time with us here. Drop those Bitcoin jack-o'-lanterns in the chat on your way out. Smash that like button. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
This is another hood classic.
Song, guys, I found these songs like 30 seconds before we went live. The guy coming in like, this is a banger, kills me. And then those weird sound effects. Hilarious. But shout out to the CandleMafia. Guys, hashtag not a cult in the chat with the Bitcoin emojis, with the candles. Spam the chat before you leave. Push this out into the YouTube algorithm, and we'll catch you guys in the next live stream. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out,